Today we are doing an Amazon baby registry review. So if you are a pregnant mama working on your baby registry, I'm here to help you out. We're going to talk about pros and cons of different items, what you should add, what you should skip, and the why behind it. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. This is a random baby registry I found off Amazon. This is not one of my clients, okay? First item is the Fisher-Price Sit Me Up chair. We used one of these, but it was a hand-me-down I got from my mom who got it at a garage sale. No big deal. I wasn't impressed with it. Honestly, I don't like to put my babies in a lot of seats, okay? So for me, it's a skip. Then we have this pack and play. So I don't like I call it the Cadillac of pack and plays where it's got all these bells and whistles. I don't do that. I just do a pack and play for travel and sleep. So the absolute basic. My problem with this is you just have so many parts and pieces to store over time. So you might use this whole thing the first 6 months or so. And then eventually you're like, we don't need the bassinet anymore. Oh, we don't need the changing pad anymore. And the bassinet, you're gonna put it in the box, it'll go in the closet and you'll use it for travel. But all these other pieces also have to be stored. So for me, it's a no-go. I would rather just change my baby on the couch, like with a quilt or something like that. Then we have this swing, which it doesn't look very swingish, but I'm sure it, rocks and rotates. It kind of looks like a bouncer, but it might be a hybrid even. I didn't use a swing, and I had one over at my mom's house. She ran a daycare. She had one in the closet. She's like, you want the swing? And I said, no, I really don't want to get used to my baby sitting in it, for me to use it constantly to put them in, for them to constantly be rocked or to sleep in it. I didn't want it. So I had a free swing available to me that I chose not to use. So for me, a swing is a no-go. It's up to you what seats you decide to get, but I recommend you go with a few, okay? Then we have the bouncer. So again, another seat. The bouncer was one that we did use. Again, though, we borrowed it from grandma on the other side. They are affordable. They're not very big. They are easy to move from room to room. So I will give them that. And there are times where you do need somewhere to put baby. They can always go on the floor, but say you're taking a shower and you want to be able to see them and just have them in there with you. Not in the shower, but like in the bathroom. Anywho, so I get it. If I were going to get one, it'd be the bouncer. Then we have the bumbo seat. I think the bumbo seat is a skip. I think if they're too weak to sit in it, don't sit them in it. And if they're too strong, they already know how to sit, then why are you sitting them in it? I think it's a very short-lived item. People put them on their kitchen countertops. Babies fall. Accidents happen. I'm not a huge fan. I think they are kind of a silly product. Then we have the bouncer exerciser vibe. Again, those are fine. I recommend getting those secondhand. I don't think you need a new one, and it's something you can wipe up usually pretty good. So for me, that would be a secondhand item. We used one briefly when I took my baby to work with me, and it was somewhere to put baby. But again, I didn't get it new. It wasn't on my baby registry. Think about the seats and what you think is the most efficient, effective, gonna use it for the longest amount of time, mobile to move around your home, and practical. All right. Next item, some baby sunglasses. I mean, it's fine. It's not like this high priority need, but sure, whatever floats your boat. A outfit set. Now this says Lil Bro. Is this a second child and you're having another baby shower? Is it a sprinkle? Is it maybe a divorce situation or remarriage where it might be the mom's first baby, they're having a baby shower, but maybe dad has an older child, or vice versa. So not sure the situation, but interesting in this case. Like I said, this isn't one of my clients, so I don't know their details. Next, we have mittens for newborns that scratch your face. I recommend getting a sleeper that has cuffs on it, in general, zipper, footies, and cuffs for the newborn phase. Then you don't have to keep track of these little mittens. You could also put socks on their hands as well. Okay, these two outfit sets, very cute, but anything that's under 12 months, I really recommend a onesie, not a t-shirt, because when you're holding this baby in your arms, their shirt's gonna ride up and their belly's gonna be hanging out, which is fine, but the outfit doesn't look as cute on a little baby. So onesies with tucked in the shorts is the way to go until they are standing on their own. Hopefully that makes sense. Then we have a romper. Romper is a little more flexible, okay? I think that's adorable, and honestly, it looks like it could be boy or girl. Very cute, very affordable. The ribbing on it makes it look a little fancy, so I actually really like that. Make sure it has snaps on the bottom to get it off and on very easily, okay? Next item, a couple bucket hats. I like these. I feel like they could go boy or girl in the future. I like to get gender neutral because you never know what your next baby's gonna be. So love that, a little sun protection. Next, the Angel Care bath support. I actually don't like this. We had it, and I would rather just get a small bathtub, I think. just felt like you still had to fill the tub up quite a bit. Any way you bathe baby is tricky. You know, it's always hard to get certain areas on them. Just not my favorite. I think I would have gone with the smaller bathtub and conserved on water. And also, this one didn't fit in our kitchen sink very well, so you had to do it in the bathtub more often than not. So you're bending over. If you get a baby tub, you could do it on your kitchen table or kitchen countertop or like bathroom vanity countertop. So it could save your back a little bit. Obviously, stay right by baby to keep them safe from obviously drowning, tipping, falling, any of those things. But I think I would get a small tub if I did it again. Next, we have the bath spout cover. I get it. I would say this is not a bad product because babies do hit their head on it, but you can also teach your baby not to hit their head on it, okay? Kids lived for centuries, however long bathtubs have been around, without this item, and they did okay. So if you're on a super tight budget, don't get items like this, get diapers. If you have the money and your friends have the money, sure, get this item. Next, we have the on-the-go diaper dispenser bags. So for me, it's very affordable. You could get it. I did not, and I would not. I just use grocery sacks. I roll them up really small and like kind of like make my own little ball of a bag. And I'll just stick like 4 of them in the diaper bag. And that's how I do it. And that's how I make it work. I don't always bag dirty diapers. If it's like somewhere where they just don't need to be bagged up, I don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Now, if it's a case where I do, then I have that bag available. Moving along, I love a practical box of diapers. So we got 4s, we got 3s. My only concern here is the box says 26 here and 22. That's not a lot of diapers. Like, that's not a lot. At $10.99, $10.99, I would get bigger boxes. I don't know what happened there, but that's a mistake. Same with this one. Love that you're getting diapers, but bigger boxes. Next, we have a diaper caddy. I like a diaper caddy. I had one similar to this, like the felt, kind of soft sides on it. I would get one that has a firmer, like, structure to it would be my preference if I did it again, but it's gender neutral. It's very practical. It's a long-lived item. And like I always say, this can be a hair basket as they grow up or something like that. Toiletries in there, maybe in their like linen closet or something like that. So it can serve a longer purpose than what it was intentionally made for. We have burp claws. So I already can say I have a problem with this. There's 2 different types. All right. I don't like that this one, 4-pack, and this one was it 2, 4, 6, a 6-pack. They don't match exactly. When you go to fold them, they're not going to line up the same. And I don't know, call me OCD, call me crazy. I would rather have one type and they all just stack up the same and it's just tidy. So for me, I would get one type and stick with it. I would probably go with this one versus this one. It looks like they have a slippery side. I would not want slippery, but not sure. I don't know that brand exactly. I would probably go with this and I would probably get 2 packs of it. Then we got some Philips Avent bottles. All right, so my problem with this is that they're 4 ounce. I believe in getting big bottles and then they don't outgrow them. From there, let's talk about the high chair. So they've got a high chair on here, $75.99. I don't like high chairs. Okay, I don't like 3-in-1, 5-in-1, even 7-in-1 I've seen. I don't like them. They take up room in your kitchen. I would rather do a booster seat that goes in a kitchen chair. Your table already exists. Just put your kid at the table with you. It includes them in the meal. And for me, that is definitely the way to go. I should have a booster linked in the description. I have a link where I keep some of my like favorite go-to products. So check out the description if you want to. Then right here, we have a little snack cup. I did not like these. I was not a fan. I just let my kids use an open bowl. I'm not a big fan of snacking, first of all. Try to do proper meals. And if we are going to do a snack, I actually prefer them to eat at the table. The walking around snacking, I think, is a really bad habit. So for me, both these styles, I'm just not a big fan. We had a couple of them and I didn't use them very often. I didn't like washing them. I didn't like, sometimes like putting their hand in, it would almost get their hand messier, or depending on what snack you put in there, it was hard for them to get out. Not all snacks were good in them. So for me, I wouldn't get those again. Okay, now we got the Philips Avent 9-ounce bottle. I would just do these, just my opinion. Like I said, I would skip the smaller bottles. Moving on to the thermometer, I think it's always wise to have a thermometer, so I never hate on those. Some muslin swaddle blankets. So when it comes to swaddle blankets, some of them are actually stretchy and you actually can swaddle your baby. A lot of people though use Velcro swaddles, so these blankets just kind of turn into random blankets. They're not a bad thing to have. For me, they didn't serve a specific purpose. I had bird cloths for birthing baby. I had a nursing cover for breastfeeding baby. I had receiving blankets, which are what I actually use as bird cloths. And then like other blankets and quilts for on the floor. These were just kind of like, I'd put one in the diaper bag and it kind of would be a random item. So if I needed to just throw a blanket on the ground for baby to like roll around and stretch, I could use that. Or if I forgot my nursing cover, I could use that. If all the burp cloths or receiving blankets were spit up on and dirty, I could use it. So it was kind of a jack of all trades, master of none for me. The Boppy nursing pillow. So I breastfed both my babies over a year, didn't use a nursing pillow. I just used a pillow off our guest bed for the first couple months while they were little. And then once I didn't need it anymore, boom, it went back on the guest bed. And guess what I did not have lying around? A Boppy pillow. It's a large item to store. It's going to sit on your couch the whole of your breastfeeding journey or your bed. And it's where babies take over your home. Okay. Now, I'm pro breastfeeding. If you need a pillow to get the job done, go for it. But do you actually need it? Just consider it. I didn't want one, didn't get one. All right, we've got the big kid car seat, and I think I see right down here the baby car seat. So I love that. So many people only get one or the other. I love that they're thinking ahead. Car seats are expensive, and if somebody's willing to buy that for you, that would be great. So love that. Fan for the stroller, love that, because it's something you can literally use forever. Car seat toy, these things are so expensive in my opinion. Try to get one as a hand-me-down from like, sister-in-law, a good friend, and maybe they're done having babies and they have one of these. They're just a little expensive in my opinion and not overly necessary. You can just give them a toy in the car seat. Then, like I said, we got that baby car seat. So they went with the Graco. Cool. It probably is a car seat and a base, which is awesome. Yeah, we did Graco for our infant car seat bases and stroller. We did a jogger stroller with Graco. That's also linked in the description as well, because it's one of my favorite products. So very good, very good. Teether toys. So these are not must-haves, but if you want it, okay, great. It doesn't hurt to have a couple teethers on hand. Not a bad price. We were gifted a couple of these tube straw style ones, and they were actually kind of nice. Our kids did like them. Then we have another like activity thing. So we had all those seats in the beginning, and now we have an activity mat. I would rather just put a quilt on the ground and put some books, put some toys, some rattles around them instead of this item. Again, just my personal opinion, a quilt is much easier to put away than this. Then we have the like strap-on sock style rattles. Okay, not a huge deal. Again, if you get hand-me-downs, go for it. A dumbbell rattle, I think that's just being silly. Mom or dad probably works out. Okay, so this is just a tiny little crinkle toy, and that's $15 for me. That's ridiculous. Honestly, same with the dumbbell. If you're going to pay for toys, at least get a set of them. Let me scroll down here. Okay, this one, it's $10, but at least it's a 4-pack. Let's go back up. So then we got this remote thingy, silly. I don't love the remotes, like this remote here or this one here, because I feel like it's just encouraging electronics, and I'm not into that. Like I said here, this one, $10 for 4 teethers, much better price in my opinion. This crab, silly, don't need it. It's like the new hype thing. Let it go. It's not needed. Toothbrush, great. Oral health is important. We want to keep those teeth healthy, and starting it early is a good thing. So not gonna hate on that. For me, this is a skip and a skip. Too many baby toys. They grow up fast. They don't need that many toys when they're little. Just give them a cup. Give them random things in your home that are baby safe. Or get items that are more for an 18-month-old a newborn can play with, such as stacking rings or blocks that are silicone. They can still bite on them and grab them, but they can use them young and old. An 18-month-old might not find some of these very interesting. The nail file, like electric trimmer set, we didn't get one. Not a bad item though, because I will tell you their nails grow so fast. Anything that's a repeated task, I'm not gonna hate on as much. Like, okay, should you get a $50 cradle cap brush? No, cradle cap is not a long time. Cutting nails, however, you're gonna do it forever. All right, so it just depends on how frequently you use an item and how long, as far as lifetime, that you use an item. So for me, not a bad buy. Then we have baby spoons, 12-pack. You don't need 12 in my opinion. I think like a 6-pack would do it. So a little overboard there. Now we have, I believe these are sheets, bassinet sheets. So 2-pack. I like that they're gray because that's gender neutral. All right, gripe water. Okay. I don't know if this stuff actually works or not. I did use it on a kid that I babysat. The mom used it, and I would use it when the kid was fussy. I don't know if it actually works or not, but to each their own on that. I'm not a doctor. Next, toy straps or like pacifier toy, whatever. So these could be handy in the car seat when you're driving and they're dropping toys. It could be nice to strap them onto their car seat. These could be nice at like possibly a restaurant. I don't know that you could attach it to the table, but maybe you could attach it to like their bib. Not sure exactly, but if you have a plan for it and it works for you, great. Now we have some stain treater. I would just use Shout. I don't think you need specific baby stain treater. Then we have like a snack bin. I don't know about this for $32. That's a little steep for me. But if it helped your baby snack, okay. I think it's one where like you push the middle and it rotates and you can open one. For me, it's steep. For me, the other things are, it's a circle, so it's not gonna fit very well in your counter or like cabinets. Okay, those shapes are awkward to clean in the corners, so I wouldn't like washing it. So it would be a skip for me, if I'm being honest. Okay, these snack bins are the type we had. I just don't love them. And they've already had like, I don't even know how many before. Quit on the snack bin. Snacking is not essential all the time, okay? Formula dispenser. If you are gonna do formula, that's not a bad thing to have for on the go and in the diaper bag. Like, yeah, why not? I didn't use formula, so it wasn't an issue for me. Next, we have some little baby spoons for baby trying to feed themselves. I don't know how well these work or don't work. I'm not gonna hate on them, teach their own. Then we have some bassinet sheets. Now, I think before those might have been bassinet sheets. I don't know. We want to make sure we're getting about 3 crib sheets and about 3 bassinet sheets. 3, I feel like, is a good number. You could live with less, but if baby has a blowout or spit up in the middle of the night, you're at least going to want 2. If they happen to be sick and like really going through them, that's where that 3rd one can come in handy. So each turn on that. I always say go gender neutral. Like these next ones here are like a green, sage, beautiful, but I think we might be getting too many. So keep track of how many you have. Baby monitor. So this is a 6-inch. I like that. I like a big screen. I would recommend, if you're going to have multiple children, on your baby shower, get one screen that is a split screen. Get 2 cameras so you can see both cameras on the same screen at the same time. And then you can put both cameras in baby number 1's room, but then when you have baby number 2, move one camera out and you can watch both your kids at the same time on the same baby monitor. So think ahead. All right, save yourself some money on that. All right, and with that, we are done with this baby registry. So all the links to these products are going to be in the description. There will also be a section with links of some of my favorite products that might not have been on this baby registry. I also want to invite you, if you want me to do this to your baby registry, like review it, audit it, I will do so. All right, so you can look for a link in the description where you can learn more about that, or comment, tell me more, and I can get in touch with you and we can talk about going over your baby registry. When I review it, I curate it to you. So are you going to breastfeed? Are you going to do daycare? Like, what are you going to do? Do you have stairs? Do you have pets? Like, there's no baby gate on this one. Do you need a baby gate? I will help curate your baby registry for your specific needs and lifestyle. So if you're interested, again, tons of links in the description. Check them out. And until then, check out other videos on my channel where I do more baby registry reviews just like this. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.